the songs that we learned. And I also want to throw in the fact that orality was also part of writing the books too. So long before we were able to read and write, we tell stories. And that's where these children's books come in as part of that sort of storytelling art. So here's the other.
Yes, so when we look at children's books and the representation of students of color, the main characters, they're still overwhelmingly white males, and or there are animals as main characters. And so when we have books with main characters of color, students get to see themselves. It's validated for them. And then their narrative, and they make the connections, but not only for students of color, but for those students that are not of color, that are getting a different narrative than they may see displayed on the TV screen or in movies. And so they get to learn about the person that might be sitting next to them in the classroom or on the bus or in different spaces throughout their lives. And so it's very important that we have these children's books because it does validate and people themselves and again that connection, the doors, I talk about doors and windows, and it does open that, it opens the world for them. And again, not to see one myopic narrative that they may have been exposed to or not been exposed to at all. So.
Well, that's also great. And how the stories get to you and if they get to you. So maybe you can talk just briefly about your experience. You said a little bit. They don't want stories about real people. They'd rather have stories about animals. But even the animals are gender. And they have names. So they'll talk just like a little bit about the gatekeeping.
Sure. So people that know me know I come up with a lot of ideas. And it's really important for me to bring community. And it's not just about me as a Black author and the Black author of Beauty with the Birthmark, which is the name of the children's book my daughter and I co-authored about her birthmark. When I was looking, and I'm going to digress a little bit to talk about when we see ourselves, my daughter has a birthmark when she was an OTA, and when she was 10 or 11 years old, she said, I hate my birthmark, you should hate it too, and it crushed me. And even her writing about it has really not put me in her shoes, but helped me see her perspective of her birthmark that is on the right side of her face. And so at that time, I said, well, let me see if there are books about birthmarks. And at that time, there were two, and one, the main character was a stork, and the other main character was a white male. A stork, yeah. And again, there's nothing wrong with that, but I need her to be able to connect with the book, the main characters, and see herself. And I realized if that's to happen, you need to create it, right? For me, it's not complaining about something, or if you don't see something, you see a need for something, how are you gonna feel that need? So starting that journey that really took quite a bit of time. It was published in 2022, and she's now 21 years old, and I would tell you the connection and even discovery about some of the things that she endured with the birthmark really brought some things to light for me and for her. And so I thought about all the Black authors, and I haven't seen Black Children's Book Week advertised. I think this is the third year that they've had it. Started in Texas. I cannot remember the young lady's name that started it, but it's to highlight Black authors and those in media that celebrate Black literature and Black children's books, because that's where it started so early. And so back in like October,
Self-publisher, did another publisher do it? Did Scholastic do it? Did Random House do it? Or did you do it? And there's a way in which all stories matter. And we have to get out of that mindset, which is quite colonial, that, oh, there's a hierarchy, and if your book didn't come from this place, then it may not be worth reading. There are lots of stories out there where you don't have to have a PhD. A PhD doesn't mean all that to a lot of folks. It just means you stuck to something. But